We're talking about the latest horse movie to hit the theaters, and this time it's Secretariat.
Yeah, Secretariat. Most adults probably know what happened with Secretariat, but I don't think some people, even kids, know the story, so I'm not going to give anything away. Now, one of the big surprises for me is that the plot of the film doesn't focus on Secretariat, the horse, as much as the owner, Penny Chenery, who's played by Diane Lane in a fantastic performance. The movie begins in 1970 when Chenery is a housewife and mother living with her family in Denver. When her mother dies, she decides to go to Virginia to take care of her father and the family horse stables, which aren't doing well. Chenery hires a new trainer, Lucien Lauren, played by John Malkovich, to try to turn things around. And soon after, Secretariat is born, though he doesn't get his name for a while. The stables are in bad financial shape, so Secretariat needs to win all his races, including the Triple Crown, which at that time hadn't been done in 25 years.
Now, you mentioned there in the review that this film is more about the owner than the horse. So are fans of Secretariat who go to the movie going to be disappointed in that fact?
I don't think they are. I mean, the first hour is kind of interesting, seeing how she sacrifices her time with her family to learn about the horse racing world. But as Secretariat gets onto the track, the excitement really grows. And even though I knew the outcome of this story, my heart was still pounding.
Now, a lot of sports movies, successful depending on how realistic and authentic they are. Does this live up to that?
I think it does, but one criticism people might think is how realistic it is. I mean, the scenes at Saratoga actually weren't shot at Saratoga, which is interesting, and the announcer actually calls it Saratoga Park. So some people locally around here may not like that at all, but I think most moviegoers won't be bothered by it.
Diane Lane, John Malkovich, some big names. Anybody else notable?
You've got James Cromwell and Scott Glenn, and Amanda Mashaka from Ally and AJ fame. Almost didn't recognize her, but they all have excellent performances and they're all standouts.
Again, Disney film, good for the whole family? Kids can enjoy this one too?
I think they will. It's rated PG for some dramatic elements to it, but it's appropriate for kids 8 and up. I think it's good. And you don't have to be a horse racing fan or even a sports fan to enjoy this film.
And the official grade on your report card?
On the official Kid Critic report card, Secretariat gets a B+. It's very similar to last year's The Blind Side because it's another inspirational sports movie with a woman as the main character. So I think Diane Lane could get an Oscar nomination for Best Actress like Sandra Bullock did last year for The Blind Side, and I think it could get a Best Picture nomination.
And real quick, next week, another John Malkovich film.
Another John Malkovich film called Red.